Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Angela, an angelic Arcturian, and I wanted to just check in with you guys and do a little energy update and see what's going on with everybody. So, yeah, 2020, the first month is now pretty much gone, and the energy is strange to me. It feels a lot like I can feel that something big is right around the corner, I think in February. But in January, it's been like this time of rest and relaxation and recharging and getting ready to embark on this new journey. And I feel like the stage is being set behind the scenes for this new decade, for this new journey that a lot of us are getting ready to take. There's been a lot of shifts and upheavals in my life recently. My foundation is being restructured again, which is a good thing, even though right now it's a little bit scary. But I personally have been on a journey of faith where, me and the universe are walking in trust and faith that I will be supported and I am safe, and all of those root chakra those root chakra activations and empowerments that I need to be able to move forward past this root chakra issue that I've been dealing with pretty much my whole life, of just not feeling very safe and not feeling very supported by the universe and not trusting the universe. So the universe has asked me to trust him, and that's what I'm doing. I am making all of my decisions based off my intuitive guidance for the first time in my life, really, where I've done it 100% from a conscious place and using only my intuition to make decisions about my life moving forward, and not letting the ego get in the way of that, and especially not letting fear get in the way of that. And so it's taken a lot of courage. I've been kind of walking down this dark hallway in faith, and I do not know where I'm going or where I'm going to end up, but I just have to trust that wherever I'm being led to is exactly where I'm supposed to be. So hopefully it's a positive change, because for me, things have been really dark in my life for the past decade. Like, this past decade was the darkest period of my entire life. So I'm hoping, to be moving more towards these higher frequency energies, because I've been doing all of this internal work. And so now I'm manifesting internally, and my external world is shifting. And so I'm just making it a point to stay very conscious and aware, and also to stay out of fear, because it's very, very easy to go into fear when we don't know what's going to happen. But, when we catch ourselves going into that fearful state, we have to be really conscious and be like, no, I'm not. Fear doesn't live here anymore, I don't live in fear, because fear is an illusion, and it's only there to keep you alive and keep you down. And you'd be surprised how many people don't live their lives because they're simply too afraid. So conquering fear is a huge, huge deal. And the main way you conquer fear is just to be aware of it. And when you start going into it, you have to pull yourself out of it. And like, I tell myself simple things like, fear doesn't live here anymore. I have a couple bad word names about what fear can do. And just telling myself, and I always tell myself to step out of the frequency of fear, because fear is a frequency. You can feel it when you're in it. It's an intense, dense frequency, and you can literally step out of it. You just have to imagine yourself not being in that frequency anymore and stepping out of it. And so that's been a major help for me on this new journey. And yeah, so I don't know what's around the corner. I don't know what's coming next, but I hope that it's going to be a positive and shift and change for all of us, because I know a lot of us starseeds have really been through it. We've been through some shit, and we're all pretty beat up and tired. We've had to transmute a lot of density. We've had to work through a lot of karma. And so now a lot of us are finally breaking out of that so that we can be free to help really anchor and ground this new grid, this new world that we're trying to create. So I think we'll be seeing a lot more starseeds rising to positions of power and authority and kind of taking over these corrupt systems. And it's going to kind of change from the inside out, is what I feel like. And all of the stuff that's been holding us back, we're shedding. Like the big word that I've been getting is shedding. And in almost all of the galactic guidance readings, almost everybody was shedding this part of themselves. Like usually it's things that we've held on to for a long time, like these toxic relationships and these, dynamics with people that are literally anchors on our feet. And because of issues of devil energy like codependency and fear, we keep these situations in our lives. And I feel like now we're not being allowed to keep them in our lives anymore. Like if things are unbalanced, we have to shed them, and we will be forced to shed them. So that's kind of the process that we've been going through, and I think we are finally coming out of that, and now we're coming into this space of creation and creating the new world. And so it was really important that we all went through that kind of shedding process to do that. So now we can really begin creating and manifesting. For me, I was in some kind of devil energy karma. I don't know from what, but it was past life stuff. And I've just barely been able to break free of that myself. And so now personally, I have a clean slate. And I feel like we all do. Everyone who's resonating with this message, we have a new clean slate. It's like a second chance. It's a time to really be able to manifest what it was we weren't able to manifest before when we were working through karma. Because this is my personal belief, but you can law of attraction to death. But if you are working out karma, that karma is going to be more powerful than the law of attraction. You can try. I've tried, but I've always felt like the karma always wins out. So the only way to really break out of it sometimes is to overcome the karma, and that it requires figuring out what the karma is, or at least like how to break the patterns. It's usually a pattern situation or a codependency or something like that, an addiction or a bad relationship, or things we tell ourselves that are damaging, negative self-talk, negative thoughts, stuff like that. All that is devil energy. And so we're coming out of that now. We finally were able to overcome. For me, I had to overcome narcissistic relationships. I had to overcome codependency. I had to overcome my childhood wounding of abandonment. I had to do a lot of inner work to be in a position where I can now facilitate and manifest from a much more powerful position, because I'm consciously aware, I'm consciously doing it, and I'm doing it with the intention to create, which is really taking that power, all of that power from that, and and getting it in that little ball that's really powerful, so you can really just break through. And so that's kind of what I've been going through, and it's been real quiet on the spiritual front lately. I haven't seen a lot of people talking about much, because I feel like kind of other people are also in this state of just rest and inward reflection and kind of mapping out what we'd like to see happen in 2020 for us, and manifesting and like I said, I'm in this in between the old and the new, and so it's kind of just this waiting to see what's going to happen next. But I feel like 2020 is going to be a really big year. I feel politically as well, it's going to be a big year. I feel like something big is going to happen with the White House and the politics that's really going to open a lot of people's eyes. I can feel that really strongly, and I feel like that might happen around the summertime. So we'll have to wait and see, but definitely getting that vibe. And I am definitely getting the vibe that a lot of us starseeds are going to start rising higher and higher into positions of power where we have more influence over these types of situations as well, so that we can change them from the inside. Because that's what we do as starseeds, right? We can't change Earth from the outside because people have free will, but we can come in and change it from the inside. It's basically the same thing. We heal ourselves, we rise up, we infiltrate, and we fix things from the inside just by being the example of what the world needs. So yeah, and that just depends on what your personal journey is or whatever. Not everyone is meant to, infiltrate the White House or whatever, but there are people who have signed up to do that, and they will. I do believe that. So yeah, moving into February, I'm not really sure what to expect. It's kind of just the unknown for me right now, and I'm not getting many intuitive hits about it either, except for around mid-February I'm getting maybe something really good might happen. That's all I know. Something really good might happen around the middle of February, but that's the only thing they're telling me about it. So we'll just have to kind of play it out a little more and see what unfolds, and I'll be back to do another little update for you guys later on, and we'll see where we're at. So leave a comment below, tell me what's going on for you. I'm just wondering, who's on the same vibe, or if not, what are you guys going through? So let me know, and I'll see you next time.